How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Rio's Lab. I'm with Luna Montana here,
Hey guys.
and we're gonna make some souffle. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make something called a creme anglaise. All you really need is just like eggs, milk, sugar, salt, and vanilla. And it's really simple to make, but it takes a while to cool, which is why we're doing it first, so that we have a lot of time to make everything else. Have you ever used a vanilla bean before?
Never.
You basically are just splitting it down the middle all the way through.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's so good. Kind of scraping like that. So you're scraping the blade. Think of it like you're kind of sharpening the knife.
Okay.
Like you're scraping the blade on the board, pressing the bean open.
Yeah.
And you can see the pods inside, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like little dots.
Okay.
So we're gonna go in, not too hard. You don't want to get any of the pulp.
So sad.
Get rid of. All right. So you want to try?
Whew. Right. I'm ready.
Every last drop of that gold.
Oh.
Perfect. There you go. You know, have you ever separated an egg before?
I have separated an egg.
All right.
I like crack and then transfer.
In the shell or in your hands?
No, not in my hands.
That's how you gotta do it. I'll show you right now.
We're getting dirty.
So we're gonna do 5 egg yolks. I just put it right into my hand.
I'm scared. That's disgusting.
That's how you gotta do it.
That feels so weird. Okay, next.
Just gonna do 5 of them.
Ew.
Then you can go, when you start doing it a lot, you can just go fast. Like,
Ew.
done. So that was it. So we got egg whites. We're gonna save these for the souffle because we don't wanna waste any. We're gonna whisk the egg yolks. So we're going for light yellow. They're gonna be much lighter. And they'll have like this ribbony texture. Add the sugar.
Can you only use kosher salt?
Only kosher salt.
Wow.
Kosher salt is mine. It's not sea salt, which means it's like clean flavor. There's no minerals to it.
Okay.
The texture of it, it's very controllable. Like when I add it to food, I can control exactly how much salt goes in, and it has a really good texture, especially for like finishing foods, much more than like table salt, which is like super fine and granular, like sandy.
Okay. How long do you do this for?
A while. We're going. It's called the ribbon stage. So you're basically going until it'll make ribbons off the whisk.
Ooh, egg.
Do something called tempering. Very classic. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Only on Bon Appetit.
The thing about eggs is the faster you heat them up, the lower the temperature that they scramble. It's like the easier they scramble. So the slower you heat them up, the higher the temperature you can take them before they scramble.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is basically heat up this milk with the vanilla, so it's the vanilla gets the flavor and everything.
Okay.
And then we're gonna pour the milk slowly, very slowly into the egg yolks and basically like bring them up to temp without scrambling them. So just out of curiosity, we talked before this and you told me, we had a couple different options, but why did you want to pick the souffle? You could pick any dish in the world. What was the reason for this one?
I have the biggest sweet tooth out of anyone I know, and I love chocolate. So when I was little, my dad, he was a chef, and he would always make chocolate souffle. It's just like your average school night dessert, you know? And I just wanted to bring back the memory, the chocolate souffle. So I thought, what better to do than with Rio?
That's what I like to hear. So, over here, we're just basically getting the milk hot enough to where we can put it into the egg, and it's all it is just the milk and the vanilla beans. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take this vanilla milk. Do you want to whisk or do you want to pour?
Whisk.
Okay.
Pour.
You pour, I'll whisk. So you're gonna put think like half a cup.
Half a cup?
Yeah. So now that we got it up to close to temp, the rest of it can just go in and it's not a big deal. We're gonna have to cook this until it gets to 180 degrees.
Okay.
Trying to get the eggs to, in a sense, cook, but we don't want them to be gritty. We want them to like thicken, not scramble. It's good, right?
Oh my god. What is that? I can eat this for the rest of my life.
This is always a fail-safe that you go through a sieve.
Okay.
It's gonna keep you from getting all that. You see all that grain?
Yeah. If I just drink this whole thing.
So this is the creme anglaise. It's done. So we'll let it hang out over here.
Okay.
And we're gonna move on to the soup.
Yay!
Yeah. So, how did you start with this whole? Because you're obviously on YouTube and you're a social media icon.
Thank you.
So, what brought you to this career path?
Well, I started my YouTube when I was 13, and I had just moved to New York from here, and I just had no friends, had nothing to do. Thought, why not just post videos online? You know, I was all into like makeup and beauty and fashion, and it was like kind of a way for me to be social when I was like had no friends, you know. And it was so fun for me. And then it didn't really take off until like last year, and it kind of like became a career for me, which was kind of weird. I never knew you got a career in something like posting an Instagram photo, but it's a cool job. Yeah, I love it.
So now we're gonna make the souffle for real. We're gonna start with the ramekins. We're gonna get them prepped. I preheated the oven to 425. Into the bottom, we're gonna go like this. Just take it like normally, you know, whatever you want. But then the sides, you always go straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wanna do? I'll do 3. You do 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
They are prepped.
Now we go in with the sugar. Basically, you tap it around. So I'll do 3. You do 3.
Yeah.
Just turn it and like get it all the way to the edge and pour it in this.
Like that?
Perfect. Beautiful. Ramekins are prepped, and now we're going to make the chocolate mixture. Are you familiar with the double boiler?
No.
Essentially steaming the bowl that the food is cooking in. So we're gonna chop some chocolate.
Ooh, this is gonna be satisfying.
Very satisfying.
This is probably the most satisfying thing I've ever done.
I'm sure most of your diehard fans know all about this, but like, tell me the story behind Montana. Like, what's going
Montana?
on with that? Yeah.
Okay, so Montana is actually my middle name. All my siblings have the same middle name, all Montana. There really isn't a good explanation. My parents just like the state, so they named us all Montana, but it's easier than my real last name, which is Hutzel, so I like going by it, and it just sounds better. And I have it like tattooed here. My brother has it tattooed. That's literally the only reason. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so we just chopped the chocolate. Everything's all done, so we're gonna put this on the double boiler, but we're just gonna add some coffee. And I'm sure you've heard this probably like 7,000 times, but you add coffee to like baked goods. It doesn't taste like coffee, but it just adds like more intense chocolate flavor. And then some butter. All right, so now we're gonna go in with our egg yolks.
What does the egg do in this?
So the egg is there. Egg is always there either as like the egg whites are for drying or it's for binding. You wanna try?
Yeah.
Ready to go. Okay, yeah, if you guys wanna see a little stiff peak going on here. This is not there yet, so this is soft peaks. See how they drip down? So now this is the most important part. We made all these beautiful, beautiful bubbles.
Yeah.
You can see, but we wanna keep them. Egg whites do not like fat.
Okay.
So they will immediately deflate when they hit the fat. What we have to do is be very, very gentle.
Okay.
And stir very, very slowly. This is the point where we're gonna lighten the batter, so we're not really caring about deflating bubbles. We're just gonna do it. This is the second batch. So you're gonna go scrape around the sides and just fold it over the whites. Yeah, exactly.
The whole reason it's gonna fall is gonna be me.
Well, we'll just blame you regardless.
Just my energy.
It's your energy. You wrote the wrong crystals today. So like before you were a YouTuber, you've been doing this for a while now, a year-ish. What were you like? Did you have a job? Did you do anything before this? Like what was your...
Did I have a job?
Yeah.
The first job I ever had, I was in 8th grade, and I worked at Brandy Melville in New York. It's really young. I also worked a restaurant job once, but recently, just for the experience, you know? It's like kind of crazy, crazy experience.
Totally.
And then other than that, I'm working YouTube, full time.
Full time.
Yeah, crazy.
So we're going in all the way to the top. And then, this is the most important part to make sure this thing rises perfect.
Okay.
You take it down.
What does that do?
So this, I'm basically, not only am I forming the batter, I'm taking away the non-stick on the rim, which is essentially gonna rise straight up because it's all being pushed from what I just did.
Okay.
You wanna do it?
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
I'm ready.
This feels so weird. Just lick that. That's all you.
I can't believe you didn't lick your thumb. I love a chocolate souffle.
So, obviously you do your YouTube and the things you do on there are you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you do like that you don't really post about, or like is there something that you enjoy doing a lot that you just haven't really posted a lot?
No, my whole life is kind of online.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I teach ballet, which people don't know.
Oh wow.
I actually teach.
To who?
Like young kids, like 9-year-olds. But other than that, like, no, pretty boring.
Is there something that you want people to like to know about you that like, you know, if there's something that you've always thought that fans didn't really misunderstood about you or like people didn't really get online?
No, I feel like they're pretty understanding.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I put a lot of videos out that are very personal. I hope that comes across well and that they know who I am, genuinely.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're moving up in the world, you're getting more followers, you're getting more attention on you. If you could have a dream person to meet, like anybody in the world, who would it be?
Casey Musgraves. Definitely Casey Musgraves.
That's
Spacey
not a
Casey.
surprise. Spacey Casey.
I've been converting Rio
She's been
to
converting.
be a Casey fan. And you saw her at Outside Lands.
Yes, I did.
Jealous.
She's great. I put my face on
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
You've been filming for a while, you've been doing your YouTube for a while. What is the next step? What are you planning on doing?
Next step?
Yeah.
Well, I want to start a business of some sort, whether it be like dancewear or, you know, clothing line, something like that. Maybe getting to acting, something like that. Really, you know, anything. Yeah.
Very cool.
Excited.
So we're giving that extra blast of heat in the beginning. We're going 425 to start with because all we're doing is trying to get it to pop. They're done.
Oh, they look so good.
Wow.
Rio, they look
great.
so good. They look amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like that, literally,
They smell
those
bomb.
could not look more like gourmet. Oh my god.
Oh, it's perfect. Gooey in the middle.
I'm so excited. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is chocolate souffle.
This is chocolate souffle. That looks insane.
Thank you.
Wait, I need a picture of that.
Oh, that's
God.
huge.
Go for it.
Oh my god.
It's so fucking good.
I'm already-
I can't even like.
That's like the best thing I've ever had in my life. Is this a joke? You guys need to try this. Actually.
It's so good. We need to get everybody doing the cameras has to try this.
I'm actually super happy with the way this turned out.
It
I
was
hope you are
insane.
too.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Best meal ever.
Awesome. Yeah. So, we're done here. Thank you so much for coming on. And,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you for having me. This is so fun.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks
learned so
everybody.
much.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching, and see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Peace.